Well, then I'll really try to make it short. It's a bit hard to describe. I know what you answered, but like the thing is, like this is not new to me. Like I wanted really to find out the truth so bad that I studied for 2 years philosophy and I couldn't find it there, and then I found it by, in quotes, accident in a meditation satsang. And after 2 years, I was so frustrated, and I was so ready to hear this that I got it like in the first meditation session, and then I dropped out of university and out of society that night, and lived on a farmhouse for over a year by myself, and thought I can just like meditate there. And I went to Gangaji retreats, and that really helped me a lot in this process. But then I really lost like interest in life. Like everything was not interest, like the whole life experience was not interesting to me anymore. And I got really, really depressed, and um yeah, I needed therapy and Prozac, and to really get me back into I don't know, survival state again. And so this whole meditation thing, I think I got addicted from meditation. So I thought, oh, this is a solution. And I was like 22, 23, and nobody told me it doesn't work. Like you can't just live by yourself for the rest of your life. And so this whole meditation thing like became a problem, and then it was so really hard to find some way in life where I can live, you know. Like now I'm an artist and I do Polaroid art and rap music, and all of that is great, but like I can't, like, just meditating doesn't work. And living in, I'm in Berlin now, and like I had so many like big dreams and goals, and I'm indigo, so there's like this whole changing the world momentum, and like I spent so much time, and like started with therapy when I was 17, and then this enlightenment, and then like every year was so frustrating, and then personal development, and flew around the world and to improve myself and learn and blah. And I think I've just really done everything I can, and I'm still at the point where I see so much suffering and struggling every day, and I'm really like losing the interest again. And it's just like, why does it have to be so hard? It's really hard to answer the, like, to ask even the precise question, because I can't, like, I have like to take responsibility for my life, otherwise I'm just gonna like just die and give up. And having this balance of meditation and life, I don't really know how to do it. And I'm just see, like, I'm observing, I'm losing so much interest even in going out and meeting people. Like I used to go to a festival and dance, and I just sent the ticket back. I don't even want it anymore. Or when I like, it's like people are so frustrating, and also women are so frustrating. It's just like pointless to invest time and energy in meeting new people and creating more friendships, or it's just the same bullshit just repeats and repeats, and I'm just so tired of it.
What would you like?
I mean, if I could, I would just probably exit the matrix right now, and and pull the plug on it, to be honest. Like pull the plug on the whole matrix and end it all. Like lights out for me, lights out for everybody.
What do you think putting the plug on the matrix looks like? Like what do you think that is? Like what do you think the matrix is?
Yeah, this world that we live in.
Do you think the world and your brain are different?
No, it's all illusions. There's just consciousness, and everything else is an illusion. It's not real.
Yeah.
And
Or,
I have to be like fair enough, if it would work, if I would had a great time being here, being around people, um, I wouldn't probably complain. I would just like enjoy being an artist in Berlin, blah blah blah.
mm,
But I'm not, and I don't really understand why. And I can't say, oh, I didn't try hard enough. I think I tried hard enough. I gave everything I can, and it's still not working. And probably that's a good thing because then I'm not getting comfortable and satisfied and being in this suffering. So I have to develop and move on and now talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, but otherwise, I would just like have a great time in the sun right now, drinking a beer and watching soccer. But it just doesn't work for me. And there's probably a reason why. But
yeah, I don't know what to say because this happens often. I won't, not lots, but that people call me and they say I've tried everything and nothing works in life, and I feel frustrated and I feel stuck. And I think that, I mean, I could tell you the way I see it, but I don't know if you're interested in that. Like, I don't,
absolutely.
you are interested? I don't know.
I'm very interested in everything you have to say, yes.
So, the way that I see it is that everything is a projection of the brain, like we kind of stated. So, everything is the brain projecting. And your brain is projecting now this lack of interest and this frustration towards life, which is something that it will have been doing in and out throughout your whole life. Your brain is a pattern, so it will keep running this story, and sometimes it'll be more and sometimes it'll be less. So you'll go through periods of being more happy and more integrated, and then there'll be periods of this story coming up and then things becoming frustrated and meaningless, and then you'll be in this place of discomfort because that's an uncomfortable place to be on the human level, to just feel like there's no interest for you, there's nothing for you to do, that you're bored, that you're not entertained, that you're not excited about something. And it's a trap. It's a trap of your mind. The thing is your mind is also telling you that you've done everything and that there's no cure for you, there's no answer for you, that you've tried everything. But it's a trap. It's Maya. It's simply another layer of mind that's coming up, and it's hidden under this title of boredom, of frustration, but it's illusion. So all you have to do is stay with that illusion and keep repetitively seeing it's not true. How does that make you feel when I say that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I generally totally agree with you. Of course, it's a trap. Of course, it's a projection. But I just see my energy is low, and all these years were so energy draining. And I just see like I had, before this disillusionment happened 2 years ago, like all these bubbles they popped, all these ideas about how life is and what, like all of it.
But it's all
And now I
it's
can't even project like my life like this, oh, in the future everything's gonna be better. This whole projection, it doesn't work anymore.
I know, but that's because it's all lies. The only thing that's relevant is this empty looking that's happening now. So you're going backwards and forwards inside the cage of the mind, inside of thinking that it's this, you've got full of dreams, this process is going to help you, that process is going to help you. and now you're in, it's not going to help you. It's because it's all illusion. Who you are is the stillness in which it appears in. And all the methods I do is, or the methods that I give, even though ultimately they're not methods because there's nobody to do anything, but the staying with the feelings is all to see that who you are is this stillness that's present, and nothing your mind says is it. So now you're being bombarded with the opposite side of hope, of hopeless, of boredom, of disappointment, and who you are is that I am presence in the middle. So now, and then the feeling of frustration comes up because it doesn't feed the mind, and then you believe it. You believe that life is frustrating, whereas life being frustrating or not frustrating is absolutely irrelevant. What's relevant is it's happening, is that everything's free, that it's here. And when the mind produces all these feelings and thoughts to what I'm saying and wants to reject it or accept it, and all of that is appearing in stillness of who you are. This is so radical. This is nothing for you to do, but it's the letting go of that thinking mind. It's letting go of those feelings that come from the thinking mind. So the feeling comes up of hopelessness, of boredom, and then there's a seeking that desperately wants to get away from that. So then it says, I want to pull the plug on the matrix, and it believes that that's talking about liberation, but that's just the thinking mind trying to escape the experience. The true freedom now is that empty looking, is the I am that's right here. It's got nothing to do with what you think. Nothing. There's no freedom in thinking. Thinking comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. The seeking starts because there's too much identification with the thinking. The thinking produces feelings. The feelings are uncomfortable. And then the seeking starts to try to avoid it. So you try to tell yourself different stories to get away from that feeling. Or you try to look for different experiences. Or you're in the feeling that you're in now, which is, fuck it, I've tried everything. I used to be like that too. That was a story that used to come up in me. I've tried everything. This will never work for me. It's all mind. It's not even coming to a story where you say everything works for me. It's seeing that there's nobody here having an experience, that you are this stillness. It's totally surrendering into this moment. You don't have anything now. You've not travelled around the world and been to Gangadhi and had depression and going somewhere tomorrow. You don't have anything. You're totally free here. But this addiction to the mind and saying the mind is right or the mind is true. And this is the story of the Buddha sitting under the Bodhi tree, that Maya presented heaven and hell. The Maya presented all of this, the illusion presented all of this, and the Buddha sat still. The Buddha nature sat still. It didn't move as Maya projected that it was heaven, it was like this, and then projected it was hell. And it did it through feelings and through images and through thoughts, exactly how your brain and your body is working now. There's nothing that you think that is true. So if you're uncomfortable now and the mind starts producing lots of thoughts about what I'm saying, just come back to the rawness of the feeling of frustration, of exhaustion, of burnout, of wanting it to end, which will most likely be in the solar plexus because that's the place of disempowerment. And just feel that. Totally let it be there. Notice the thoughts that come up and say it's hopeless, I'm never going to make it, this life is pointless, all those thoughts. And just focus on the feeling. You can even rub it and massage it. And then when you're ready, focus on what you want. Only when you're ready though.
I just want freedom and peace.
How does it make you feel when you say that? That didn't feel like a real feeling, thought, like expansive want, because you sort of were like the want's got to be something that really makes you, or it doesn't really, but it makes you, it's like an opening. It's not something like a frustration with how things are and you're saying it because you don't want these particular feelings. It's something that's expansive. It can be anything. But you've got to feel it.
Yes, I see your point. It's so hard for me to do this on a practical level, like on a day-to-day basis. I don't know how to make my thoughts stop.
You don't need to make them stop as such. It's seeing that they're not you, they're something that's appearing, and you are the stillness in which they appear in. And then when they're really playing you up and creating lots of difficult feelings, then you do this exercise of focusing in on what the deepest feeling is, where you feel it in the body, and then moving to what it is you want.
Yeah, where I'm at right now, it's basically I don't really want anything anymore.
Are you sure?
I'm tired of, I'm not sure, but I'm just tired of wanting something and
Yeah,
it then and then I don't get it.
yeah. So that's actually what's happening in your body is a sense of disempowerment. It's like a rejection of life. So just let that be there, that feeling that you want things and you don't get it and you're tired of it. Just feel that and let that be there. And then just give yourself permission to ask for one thing. And whatever you ask for, you will get. And life, and it will be easy.
Wow. Um, I realize I don't really even know um what that could be. I don't even know what I want.
This is what the seeking mind does, is it constantly focuses on what it doesn't want. And then that's how you begin to see life in lack mentality. It's not about putting out there that you want a big house and you want to be a successful artist. It's just combating all this energy that's in lack. It's just relaxing that lack energy so you can see that everything is here. Everything you ever wanted is here. So it's just a relaxation technique I do to help people see how how much their mind is going to lack of what you don't have, and how that's creating deep discomfort in your body, and then the strong seeking energy to try to avoid it. And that your problems aren't about not understanding spirituality or not getting enlightenment or not doing this or not doing that. It's that your brain is producing unworthiness. And you just need to see it for what it is, bring it into consciousness. It's when it's unconscious that it keeps running, that you walk down the street, you see a woman you like, and rather than that that being a beautiful connection of seeing something you like, because you never need to own anything you like. Liking something is just joyful in itself. So rather than enjoying the joy of it, the mind says you'll never get her, she'd never like you. And sometimes you're not even conscious of it. So there's an instant sense of disempowerment and disconnection. And in that situation, like when you see this woman that, say, you're attracted to, you just need to acknowledge what it is you want. Like, I like her, or I would love to sleep with her, or I would love her to smile at me. And you don't even need to have it. It's just acknowledging that rather than going down the train of not getting. Just putting that positive energy out there and then letting the magic of life produce what it produces. A lot of the time, on the surface level, we think our problem is a spiritual level, that we don't, on a spiritual level, that we haven't, or we don't get enlightenment, or we don't understand this message. But actually, a lot of the time, what it is that the mind is just telling you repetitively that you're not enough, that what you get isn't enough, that other people aren't enough. And that feels bad, and then it creates more seeking.
I absolutely agree. And I think, or I thought that I would see, like, be clear enough about this pattern that's going on. Oh, you're not good enough, you're good enough, and I don't believe it.
Really?
Probably not.
I'm sorry, I think you just cut out a bit then.
um I said I thought I'm like aware enough that this whole mind game, you're not good enough, that I got it figured out, that it's like this whole conditioning, and that I know better, that I am enough, or I don't fall for the trick. But probably I'm not. Like, this whole, like, how I grew up and been treated as a child, blah blah blah, this whole unworthiness and narcissistic mother and blah blah blah, that's heavily still like in me. I'm not free of that even after a lot of therapy, and I don't see any, like, chance this is really going away. I can get, like, free of that
Do you want it to go
and have.
away? Feel,
Absolutely.
but feel it, feel it. Does it feel if that's what your body wants? Like, not just your mind, but your body.
It's it's a strange feeling I can't really describe. It's confused, some things going on that's on some mixed ambivalent vibration.
Mm. Yeah,
It is.
we're really amazing. Like the way that we work. We always get what we want. It's just a lot of the time we're not conscious of what it is we want. It might be that in the mother story, you still haven't completed something yet. There's still something you need to complete there. There's still something you want from the mother that you can't let go of. It's all about wants with humans.
Of course, I want the love that I didn't get, and because I didn't get it from her, I want it from other people, but they can't give it to me because I need to love myself, because this whole self-worthiness lack that's fucking up all the relationships because I'm not in the right vibration, blah blah blah. I I know all that, but it's really hard for somebody who doesn't know love to love themselves. People who received love can not imagine how difficult that even is. It's like basically impossible. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm. Are you still there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said about love and stuff?
Yeah. I know it's not impossible.
Yes, it's true. It's not impossible. I got that glimpse 18 years ago, and that's the reason I survived. Because without finding that truth, I wouldn't be here. But like just a drop is not enough. Like a glimpse is not enough. And if there's so much struggle and suffering on a daily basis, it's just absurd to me. And I'm just not willing to accept that.
Which part aren't you willing to accept?
I'm I'm not willing to to live my life in this state of this permanent suffering.
Mm.
It's pointless. And I have this body and I live in this world and there are all these things, and it doesn't make sense to not, enjoy that or take advantage, in quote, of that, of having a body, of having this experience. If none of that is fun, like it all looks like there are these opportunities, but when I go really try these opportunities, like life just hits me in the face.
But why are you trying to
Full,
convince me of all this? You,
I'm
you
I'm
want you
just
want
trying
me
to
to see
explain.
life
I'm not.
like you?
No, no, no. I don't. No, 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 no. I don't want to convince you at all. I'm just trying to describe as good as possible the situation I'm in.
It's just the situation that you feel like you're in right now. Your whole life seems like it's like the way you describe it is now. So you look at life through those eyes, you look at your past through those eyes, and it all builds on top of itself and makes it feel like your life's a particular way and that you've got these particular experiences.
Yeah, I see life through these glasses and I can't take them off.
Yes, you can.
Okay, how do I do that?
You have to want to.
Mm-hmm. You think I don't want to?
I think that you know how you feel.
Say it again.
I think you know how you feel.
Mm-hmm. I think I want to take them off, but I don't know. I don't know how. It seems so impossible.
Listen to
It
this
seems too complicated.
listen to this conversation back. Listen to this conversation back later, and just listen to see if you think that the person that's speaking wants to take them off or doesn't, or wants to stay in the story.
Well, the whole person is a story, so whatever that person wants is not what I want.
What do you feel right now?
I feel that talking to you is raising my awareness level somehow. And I feel like it's more, I don't know, it's my body is getting warmer. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
I feel more connected to myself.
Yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Fabian. It's nice to speak to you, and I would listen to it back. I think you'll be interested to hear what it sounds like back. I think it'll help you see things for yourself.
Okay. So you think I don't really want to take the glasses off?
No, I didn't say that at all.
What did you say?
Oh, lots of things.
I mean, I know, but not to identify with the thoughts, I know.
I think that's enough. We can talk again another session, but that's enough for now.
Okay. I didn't pass out. Like, I heard everything you said.
The Skype
And
kept going, and you thought I was sitting in silence, and it kept cutting out the Skype.
No, I was just wishing like you could give me like a short all solve it all problems answer. Do this and all your problems are away. Like something super,
Yeah.
super simple a
Like,
child can
take the
do.
red pill or take the blue pill.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay,
You
thank
don't
you very
you
much.
don't have a red pill answer?
A red pill.
No, I mean like a short medicine short form answer that's making all the suffering go away.
Um, well, obviously it's this.
What?
It's this. It's what's happening. That's the red pill. I don't remember though in the Matrix film what the red or the blue pill does.
The red pill shows you the truth.
Yeah. So this is it. This is what you
Mhm.
seek for. But enough. Okay, I send you lots
All
of
right.
love. Thank you very much, Fabian.
Thank you, thank you.
Lots of
Thank you
love.
very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.